How's it going, guys? And welcome back to BL3's Forgotten, the series where I take a look at underused and not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered within the modern meta of the game or should be left behind and forgotten. And today we are taking a look at the Smog. If you'd like to farm the Smog for yourself, you're going to want to fast travel over to Minos Prime and take on the Guardian Takedown. You will have to make your way all the way over to the end to defeat Storage and hopefully get yourself a Smog. Also keep in mind that True Guardian Takedown does not affect drop rates, and if you're just farming for items, it is easiest to just stick with normal Guardian Takedown. The Smog is a legendary Hyperion SMG able to roll in any of the elements, and with the special effect that as long as your front-facing weapon shield is 100% full, while ADS'd, all shots will be amped for 250% damage. Which of course, if this front-facing shield then takes damage, your shots will lose their amp, but if you kill an enemy with the Smog, it will instantly refill its front-facing shield. The Smog has received two buffs, initially gaining plus 50% base weapon damage, and a doubled amp bonus from 125% to the current 250%. This was then later followed by another 16.7% weapon damage increase. The fact that this gun was buffed twice and people still don't use it just goes to show that no matter how fucking strong they made the Guardian Takedown weapons, no one other than me, I guess, wanted to run Guardian Takedown enough to actually use these fucking guns. Even prior to these two massive buffs, the Smog was a really good weapon. And these buffs have made it absolutely a top tier weapon, yet it still gets no recognition. But I am the Smog's strongest warrior. I am the Smog's tier 3 sub. I'm the fucking #1 Smog simp. And I am here to spread the word because, dear God, this is my favorite fucking SMG. And I know I said that about the Hyper Focus, but the Hyper Focus sucks. It doesn't count this time. To me, the Hyper Focus is like that crush you had in elementary school who went on to have 3 kids in high school, drop out, and become a meth addict. But the Smog's my Belle Delphine, baby. I'm fucking buying and slurping that bath water. This thing just looks cool, it's fucking fun to use, and it has a very unique effect that's incredibly fun to play around, on top of just being incredibly strong from those various buffs. Now, I do see the Smog mentioned here and there, but usually it's alongside Zane's Barrier or some similar synergy that makes the shield unhittable or draws aggro away from you. While these are really cool synergies, I often see people think that they're kind of necessary to use the Smog, and that's just not true at all. Yes, it's strong as shit to be able to perma-ADS and constantly get that damage boost, but I find it to be way more enjoyable to play around your enemy's firing patterns. There's just not really another gun that has that sort of playstyle, and while to maybe some people that might not be enjoyable because you have to maybe think a little too hard, I find it to be really fun, and I just mention this to show that yes, you can use this on any character, on any build if you want to. My personal, completely unbiased opinion is that I definitely enjoy this the most on Zane though, because I just think that his synergies with that sort of play pattern are really fun. Of course, not only is it just really strong and have a very obvious synergy with Armand Flint giving you bonus damage when you ADS, but it's also really fun with Brain Freeze, using it to hip fire and freeze the enemy so that they can't shoot back, ADS, and just blow their fucking head off with those amp shots, and there ain't shit they can do about it. Now, of course, this gun just has some crazy bonus damage, however, the specific type of bonus damage that this has makes the damage formula for this SMG just look absolutely insane, because it's not just amp damage, it's actually multiplicative with other amp damage bonuses. So that is another point towards Zane's Barrier having a very big synergy here. But it can also roll crit damage on the card, which is another entirely multiplicative damage bonus, on top of it being a Hyperion, so it has a 5% crit damage bonus that again is entirely multiplicative. The Smog is genuinely stupidly strong. Hell, it could probably be considered overpowered if not for... It's definitely up there with other overpowered options damage-wise, but you actually have something you need to tactically play around. But as I mentioned earlier, there's ways of just blocking damage to you or taking aggro off of you to make it easier to play around. Barrier, Clone, Brain Freeze, Armand Flint and Cryo, Auto Bear, Security Bear, Iron Cub, Phase Grasp Action Still, Stillness of Mind, Allure, Red Fang, Domination, Gamma Burst, Fade Away, Flex, Pet in general, the Frozen Heart, or freezing through any other means, the Mesmer, and Projected Shields, baby! That's right! I found a goddamn use for Projected Shields! Best augment in the game, Projected Sweep, Kill True Hag, instantly, free online HD, let's fucking go! But that's just all the ones that I was able to think of, and hell, I'm sure that's not all of them. Now, the only Vault Hunter I'd say the Smog is kind of bad on is Mows. When it's working fucking great. I mean, Amp just is really good on Mows, but if you take damage on your shield, you pretty much have to wait for it to regenerate on its own, since to refill it, the gun itself has to be what kills. Between firing the Takedown and short fuse, that doesn't really happen very often. Though, unlike a lot of other weapons that have some on-kill effect where the damage has to be done literally by the gun itself and nothing else, bonus elements do seem to be okay here. Even on a Morrow with a bunch of ASEs, Infusion, and Forceful Expression, if I killed something with the Smog on her, it would always fill the shield. Takedown and short fuse, though, are their own damage sources, so they will steal the kill. But overall here, the Smog is a really cool weapon, and it's a shame that people don't want to play Guardian Takedown to get one. I genuinely believe that this is probably one of the strongest SMGs, if not just one of the strongest weapons in the game, and it's even balanced in that fact because it actually has a really fun playstyle to it that you have to play around to get the max value out of it. Its gimmick and that playstyle is also what enables a lot of really fun possibilities for synergies to really maximize the potential of this thing, including projected shields. But I would highly recommend the Smog. It gets the Arachnica seal stamp of approval, baby. But that's gonna about do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all of that. I will be live right after this video goes up, right here on YouTube and also over on my Twitch, where there will be a link to down in the description below. And just under that is a link to my Discord server where you can come and join and hang out. But with that all being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.